And that's at the essence of what Ramadan is about. It's about reconnecting with your Lord, about re-establishing that bond with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this tie with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the habl of Allah, the rope that Allah has given us, which is the Quran. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "A'tasimu bihablillahi jami'an wa la tafarraqu," cling all of you together to the rope of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Quran is وَهُوَ حَبْلُ اللَّهِ الْمَتِينَ. It is the unbreakable rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the Quran. And so part of the covenant with Allah during Ramadan is to return to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to discipline ourselves to reading it, to reflecting on its meanings. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Don't they deeply ponder this Quran, or are their hearts sealed? This is a time to go back to the Quran, to reflect on the Quran. This is a time to do muhasabah, to reckon the self, to do a reckoning with the self. Where have we been in the past year? And what do we plan to do in the coming year? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us life, it's recommitting ourselves to the sacred path and to this tradition. This is the way of Abraham. This is the way of Moses. This is the way of John the Baptist, of Jesus, and this is the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the prophetic way. We're walking in the path of prophets. This is the muwatta, the well-trodden path. This is the path of the people that were closest to God. And so when we're fasting, we are sharing and partaking in a discipline that every seeker of God in the past of any prophetic tradition has done. So we are connecting ourselves with an unbroken chain of tradition, of connecting ourselves in a deep and sacred bond with every seeker of God from the beginning of time until the end of time, that we're connected with them in this sacred search to rescue ourselves and be rescued, allow ourselves to be rescued by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why it's a blessed month. It's a time for people to take the most benefit they can, not to waste the time. It's a time to turn off the television. It's a time to shut down the chatterbox, to let the tongue begin to do dhikr of Allah instead of remembering others with wrongs, instead of speaking ill of people, instead of